What's going on, everyone? Bulba here with a Chaotic Now or Never showcase. Before I begin, I want to preface that I will trade this entire binder for 3 Droskins. It is not for sale otherwise. It is not for trade otherwise. 3 Droskins is my price. To anybody who has 3 Droskins, it's yours. Otherwise, this stays in my collection. Now, it's a full collection minus 3 cards of Chaotic Now or Never and Grolls and Gorks. So that's all 3 sets of Chaotic Now or Never. We start here with the first printing of Chaotic Now or Never. You'll notice characters like Madcap, who later got turned into Maxor, Momark, you've got Dana, you've got Wacko, who turned into Yakis later, Larina. Who else here? We got Kaor, who was Gork in Gorls and Gorks, and Borth Majar. We've got Loco, who turned into the brain guy. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. Nadrin, right? Tom and Kaz, the Chaos Rock, Takinam, dates back all the way back here. What is this? That's just that. Okay. Then they did a reprint of that first printing where they did some art updates, like Blazer, for example. You'll see here in the first printing, and then here he got an art update. This guy, however, and them, for example, these two did not, right? Here's Mukfip in Series 1, and here's Dobo War. Oh, right there. Series 1, same art style, but a lot of characters got an update. Here's Momark. There's Momark there, right? So they kind of upgraded to a more monstrous, bipedal, anthropomorphic look. This is Rymusa, Thunder, Bluegon, Antidion, Tom, Kaz, Madcap got a glow up. He's still known as Madcap, however. You got Attica, Atala, all kinds of known characters here. Screamer, Borth Majar. What else? Kaor got an upgrade, and I do have this non-foil version as well. These came in a 3-pack of figures, the little toys, and each of them had a card as well, but they were non-foil. And he's actually a little tinier, see? It's like a smaller version. Now, after this reprint, here's Wacko. He got I'm taking it off the screen there. Yakis got an upgrade. Kazdan, still a bad guy. And I have the non-foil version of that as well. Excuse me. We have the battle gear, the locations. Now, the first printing, these ones, they did have battle gear and locations. They are all the way in the back. I do have them. They are right here. I just didn't want the same cards 2 times in a row, is all. So I moved them to the back. Now, number 83, the Chaos Rock, is the end of let's call it Series 1. That's super confusing because I've been calling this Series 2, this Series 1, and this Series 3 for a really long time, but it's not super accurate. This is the first printing, and then they did a reboot, so to speak, where they redesigned the characters and really started making more characters. And then this is the continuation of that. So Series 2, Rage. You've got Bareth Beyond, Dracnus, Blades, Rarin, Magmon, Shield, Opto, Lord Van Blute. Check this one out. These ones are so cool. Lord Van Blute, very, very cool. Banshore, very cool. These are extremely rare. Cannon, Prince Medinu. These cards, I would definitely say, are harder to find than Droskins, because at least with Droskins, we have a finite amount of them. You know, we know how many were printed. We know who has what, as far as, for the most part. This is the only card missing from my Chaotic Now or Never set. Number 123, it's a Mepedian. I couldn't tell you which Mepedian off the top of my head. I think it's like a Shaman. I think it's a Shaman. Yeah. That's what I'm going with. This is where they introduced Mepedians and Deep Ones. Right, the first set, and Danians as well. The first set was only Overworlders and Underworlders. Then all kinds of other characters here. We've got Ani Towson, the Deep Chief. Matrice, who I believe, I'm saying that this became, what's his face? I've got one handy right here. Heptad. Tell me that's not Heptad. You know, I don't know. And then you notice even like the disciplines are, he can cast spells in reality, but only fights in the virtual realm of Param. I don't know. I think it's very clearly. I mean, look at that. Purple legs, green head, red hair, horns, the bracers. There's no doubt about it. This is Heptad, which is super cool. Very, very cool. And Matrice is extremely rare. I think I've only seen the one. Granted, it's not all of these are not mint condition, guys. You know, I mean, you can't really pick and choose when there's only the one card. If you've found another one in mint condition, please let me know. I'd like to swap it out. However, some of them are really nice, right? So like this Mudino is very minty. So is the Ani, and so is the Lord Van Bloot. We've got Sergeant Schultzman. Really like him. This was Tartarek later. Frafto, Interest, Vedov, Ulfheden, Tanget Toborn. Ulfheden's the creature that has the Droskin. We got Llama, Tom, all kinds of other random Epedians, and this looks like Mudino. I mean, it's literally him. It's like the exact same guy. I don't know. Maybe a little more monstrous, scarier. We've got Monkey, who's a super important character. Battle gears and locations. Momark's Lab, Riverlands, Kevin Ridge, Stronghold Morn, Daxdax, Runic Tree, and Bolko, Spirit Land of War. Those are kind of cool. These never, and the Simran, Spirit Land of Darkness and Light. It's my speculation that we will see a light tribe and a dark tribe. And I think the Spiritlanders are gonna play into that. I also have the Grolls and Gorks. We are only missing two. We're missing Gork and we're missing Wacko. So Kaor and Yakis. And these are honestly harder to find than the Rage, because I mean, I never see these anywhere, and I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking in Denmark, Germany, Norway, Finland, all across Europe, on all of their OfferUp type sites and marketplaces, and they, you'll see the commons. You'll see lots of the commons, like not lots, but bundles of the commons show up every once in a while for nothing, but they never have the rares. Dum Dum, Gork, Wacko, and Loco. Those are the rares. And Twin Head. Twin Head is also a rare. So when I found this Dum Dum, the Maxor, I was thrilled. I'm kind of taking them off the screen there. I don't want to take it out though. So that's what you get, because they're very large. They pretty much take the entire spot. So I risk damaging them by taking them out. And then we've got some little chips to use for the game and some holographic Grolls and Gorks. I wasn't trying to master set these. I only put them in here because they were kind of cool. You'll notice there's two kinds of foiling. There's this blanket foiling, and then there's this right there. You see it picking it up there. So, and then there's those. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. This is the nearest complete set of Chaotic Now or Never Grolls or Gorks in the world that we know of. Maybe somebody's got a complete set out there that isn't in part of the community, but as far as anybody knows, I'm the biggest collector there is, and I've got a complete collection, minus those 3 cards, of course. I've been trying to get a hold of them, but I've come up empty-handed so far. They just are very, very, very hard to track down and locate. So if you have them, if you have number 123 or Wacko or Gork, please let me know. Or if you have a lead on one or something, let me know, please. I'd love to maybe trade for them, honestly. I'd like to trade some regular chaotic cards, something like that for those. But if cash in hand is necessary, we can discuss that as well. Otherwise, there's now a bounty for 3 Droskins for this binder. I'll hand deliver it. I will fly to you and hand deliver it and trade for the 3 Droskins. You know who you are. All 3 of you who have that. Let me know. Good day.